Have you ever held a simple penny in your hand and wondered if it might be worth far more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that a particular penny from 1967 with no mint mark could be hiding in your change right now and it might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? We're going to explore one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1967 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, coin collecting tips, and how to spot valuable coins, you're in the right place. So sit back, relax, and let's take a fascinating journey into the world of U.S. coin history. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. The 1967 Lincoln penny comes from a particularly unique time in U.S. minting history. In the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint faced a major coin shortage. To combat this issue, the Mint made a few temporary changes. One of those changes was the decision to remove mint marks from coins between 1965 and 1967. This meant that no pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters from those years carry the usual mint marks that tell us where they were made. So if you've come across a 1967 penny with no mint mark, don't worry, it's not a mistake. That's exactly how it was intended. But within this large group of 1967 pennies, a few stand out from the rest, and those are the ones we're going to focus on today. To identify a real 1967 no mint mark Lincoln penny, here's what to look for. Obverse. Front, you should see the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. The words "In God We Trust" are curved along the top. To the left, you'll see Liberty, and to the right, the date 1967. You will not see any mint mark under the date. Reverse, back, the back of the coin features the Lincoln Memorial. Look closely, and you'll even see a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a nice detail that many overlook. Material and weight. A genuine 1967 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. It should weigh approximately 3.11 grams. If your coin weighs significantly more or less, it could be a fake, or even more interesting, it could be an error coin. Here are the technical specifications of the 1967 Lincoln penny. Composition: 95% copper, 5% zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19 millimeters. Edge: plain, no ridges. Mint mark: none. All 1967 coins were struck without mint marks. Now here's where things get exciting. Some 1967 pennies have striking errors or unusual conditions that make them much more valuable. These include double die errors, where the coin's lettering or features appear doubled off center. Strikes, where the coin wasn't properly aligned during minting. Die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs where the die cracked or chipped. Uncirculated condition. Coins that were never used and still look brand new. While the regular 1967 penny is quite common, certain variations and pristine conditions can make it a collector's dream. For example, if you come across a 1967 Lincoln penny with a double die error or an off-center strike, you could be holding something far more valuable than a regular penny. Also, because many of these coins were heavily circulated, finding one in uncirculated or mint state condition is increasingly rare today. And rare condition equals higher value. Let's talk money. A worn 1967 penny from everyday circulation is usually worth around 1 to 3 cents. Mostly for its copper content. A circulated but well-preserved penny can sell for around 10 to 50 cents. An uncirculated 1967 penny, meaning it shows no wear and has its original luster, can be worth between $1 and $5. A certified mint state 65 MS65 or higher coin, especially if it shows no blemishes and has sharp details, can sell for $10 to $50 sometimes, more depending on the buyer. Now for the rare gems. A 1967 penny with a confirmed double die error has sold for as much as $300 or more at auction. An off-center 1967 penny in high grade has fetched prices up to $500. If a coin has multiple errors or is in pristine condition, it's not unusual for it to reach $1,000 or higher at major coin auctions. Collectors are always on the hunt for high-grade and error coins, and they're willing to pay top dollar for them. Let's look at a few real-world cases. A 1967 Lincoln penny with a double die obverse in near-perfect condition sold at auction $4.312. Another with a dramatic off-center strike and still in uncirculated condition sold $4.480. A certified MS-67 red coin, meaning it has full original red copper color, sold for $750 in a recent heritage auction. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. So, could a simple 1967 penny make you rich? Well, maybe not rich overnight, but you could definitely get lucky. If you're going through your pocket change, coin jars, or old coin collections, be sure to look closely at those 1967 Lincoln pennies. Check for mint condition, unusual markings, and of course, any errors. You might be sitting on a small treasure without even knowing it. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a window into our history and sometimes a doorway to a little unexpected wealth. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video about rare and valuable coins, and most importantly, check your change. That ordinary-looking penny could be a hidden gem. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Keywords included for search relevance: rare 1967 penny value, Lincoln penny with no mint mark, how to identify valuable coins, coin collecting for beginners, rare pennies worth money, error coins, U.S. mint history. Let me know if you'd like a version with visuals or images described for use in the video. Have you ever looked at a penny and wondered if it might be worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that a simple 1972 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be hiding in your pocket change right now and it might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Yes, it's true. In this video, we're going to explore the fascinating story behind the 1972 no mint mark Lincoln penny. You'll learn what makes this coin so special, how to identify a genuine one, and why collectors across the country are still hunting for this valuable piece of American history. If you or someone you know has an old jar of coins sitting around, stay tuned. This just might be the video that changes everything. Let's take a step back in time to understand where this coin came from. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. For decades, it remained a simple and consistent part of daily life. But in 1972, something unique happened at the Philadelphia Mint. That year, a specific type of error occurred during the minting process. Some of the coins struck in Philadelphia were printed using misaligned dies, which caused what we now call a double die. And since coins from the Philadelphia Mint didn't have a mint mark at the time, these coins are referred to as the 1972 no mint mark double die Lincoln pennies. This is what makes them so special and highly sought after by collectors. So, how can you tell if the 1972 penny you're holding is one of the rare and valuable ones? The key lies in the doubling. Start by looking closely at the front of the coin, particularly at the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1972. On genuine double die coins, you'll see very noticeable doubling on these inscriptions. This is not minor or something you'll need a microscope to see. The letters will appear to be doubled or even shadowed. Also, remember, there should be no mint mark under the date. If you see a small D or S, that means the coin was minted in Denver or San Francisco and it's not the one we're talking about today. Using a magnifying glass or a simple coin loop can make spotting these features much easier. Let's talk about the basic specifications of the 1972 Lincoln penny. Weight: 3.11 grams. Material: 95% copper, 5% zinc. Diameter: 19 millimeters. Edge: plain, smooth edge. Mint mark: none. This version was produced in Philadelphia. Key error: double die on the obverse front of the coin. There were several different double die varieties in 1972, but the most valuable and most dramatic is called the 1972 double die obverse, FS 101. What makes this coin so valuable is the combination of a clear minting error and limited availability. While millions of pennies were produced in 1972, only a small number of the double die error coins made it into circulation. Because most people didn't know what they were looking at, these coins were often spent just like regular change. Many ended up in coin jars, piggy banks, or forgotten drawers. Over time, as collectors started to discover them, the hunt began. To this day, new examples are still being found, and they can be worth a lot of money. Now, let's talk about how much this coin is worth today. If your 1972 no mint mark penny is worn or heavily circulated, it might still sell for $100 to $300 in better circulated condition. Values can rise to $500 or more. A coin in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in daily transactions, can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to 2. 500. And if it has been certified by a grading service like PCGS or NGC as being in high mint state condition, such as MS65 or higher, it could be worth $5,000 to $7,000 or even more. Here are some real-world examples of this coin selling at auction. In 2021, a PCGS-certified MS65 red 1972 double-die penny sold $4.14. 400. Another certified MS66 example brought in $8,400 in a separate auction. Even lower-grade certified examples, like MS63, have been known to sell for over $1,000. These are not exaggerations. These are real numbers from trusted auction houses. So the next time you're sorting through spare change or cleaning out an old drawer, keep an eye out for a 1972 Lincoln penny with no mint mark and a clear doubling on the front. You just might strike gold. Or copper, in this case. It's easy to overlook a penny, but sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest value. If you found this video helpful, make sure to check your change and ask your family members if they have old coins stashed away. You never know where these rare treasures might be hiding, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos about rare coins, coin collecting tips, and valuable pennies that might be sitting right under your nose. Thank you for watching, and remember, the next coin you find could be the one that changes your life. See you in the next video. Have you ever checked the change in your pocket and wondered if a small copper coin could be worth a fortune? What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin from 1979 with a tiny D mint mark might be hiding a surprising value? Yes, that penny you've likely seen countless times could actually be a hidden treasure. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of the 1979 D Lincoln penny, a coin that might just make you rich if you know what to look for. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover the story behind this often overlooked coin. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, originally minted to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person rather than a symbol like Lady Liberty. Fast forward to 1979. The United States Mint continued producing the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Penny, a design introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. The 1979 penny is not particularly old by coin collecting standards, but it stands out for a few interesting reasons, especially when it comes from the Denver Mint, indicated by the small letter D under the date. So how can you identify a genuine 1979 D Lincoln penny? It's simple once you know what to look for. Obverse, front, side, you'll see the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. Just below the year 1979, there should be a small D mint mark. This indicates that the coin was minted in Denver. Reverse, back, side, it features the Lincoln Memorial. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny image of Lincoln seated between the columns. Make sure the design looks crisp and matches official references. There should be no obvious signs of tampering or incorrect fonts. Here are the technical details of the 1979 D Lincoln penny. Material: 95% copper and 5% zinc. Weight: approximately 3.11 grams. Diameter: 19 millimeters. Edge: plain mint mark. D4 Denver, located beneath the date on the obverse. Now, these were mass-produced coins. Millions were struck at the Denver Mint. But here's where things get interesting. Minting errors and condition can make all the difference. Some 1979 D Lincoln pennies are valuable not because of their age, but due to minting errors or exceptional preservation. Collectors often look for coins with off-center strikes. These occur when the coin isn't properly aligned during stamping. Double dies, where the image appears doubled, especially on the date or lettering. Clipped planchets. These are coins that were accidentally cut during minting, resulting in a missing part of the edge. Even a small error can dramatically increase the value of a coin. Combine that with a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, and you've got something truly special. Now let's talk money. How much can a 1979 D penny actually be worth? Worn or heavily circulated coins, these typically hold only face value, 1 cent average circulated condition. You might get 5 to 10 cents from a collector. Uncirculated or mint state coins, these can fetch between $1 to $5 depending on quality. Certified high-grade coins. MS65 or higher, these coins have been professionally graded and can sell for $10 to $50 or more. Coins with mint errors, prices vary wildly. A dramatic off-center strike or double die can sell from $100 to several $100s depending on rarity and demand. Let's look at some real examples. a 1979 D Lincoln penny in MS67 red, which means it's in top uncirculated condition with original red coloring, sold at auction $4.126. A double die error version, while rare, has been reported to sell for $300 or more when authenticated. Off-center struck 1979 D pennies have been listed for over $200 on coin collecting marketplaces. These are real numbers, and they highlight just how much potential value might be sitting in an old change jar or dresser drawer. So what does this all mean for you? The next time you're sorting through your coins, take a closer look at your 1979 pennies, especially the ones with the D mint mark. Even if it's not an error coin, a high-grade version could still be worth more than you'd expect. And if you happen to find one with a rare flaw, you might just hit the jackpot. So go ahead, check that old coffee can, dig through your piggy bank, and search your wallet. Who knows? You might already have one of these valuable 1979 D Lincoln pennies without even realizing it. And if you love learning about rare coins, valuable pennies, and hidden treasures in your change, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We've got more great stories coming your way about coin collecting, rare coin errors, and valuable United States coins that you definitely don't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered if it could be worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that an ordinary-looking 1988 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Today, we're diving deep into the story behind one of the most talked about and mysterious modern coins, the 1988 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Whether you're a longtime coin collector or just someone who enjoys checking your spare change, this video might just change the way you look at pennies forever. So get comfortable, grab your reading glasses if you need them, and let's explore why this little copper-colored coin has become such a big deal in the world of rare coins. Our journey begins back in 1988. Ronald Reagan had just left office, George H.W. Bush was elected president, and the world was on the brink of a new technological age. But in the coin world, something curious was happening at the U.S. Mint. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, had already become a staple in American coinage. Over the decades, its design changed only slightly, but in 1988, a small detail on some of these coins turned them into treasures. This particular coin, the 1988 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, most coins from Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, and that in itself isn't unusual. But what is unusual is that some of these coins were minted using the wrong design on the reverse side. This design error is what makes the 1988 no mint mark penny so fascinating and potentially valuable. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare and valuable pennies? Let's break it down. Start by flipping your 1988 Lincoln penny over to the reverse side, where the Lincoln Memorial is located. Pay close attention to the small initials located near the base of the memorial. These are the designer's initials, FG, which stand for Frank Gasparo. On regular 1988 pennies, the initials should appear clean and distinct, with a noticeable separation from the base of the memorial. But on the rare 1988 reverse of 1989 error, the initials are closer to the building and appear slightly different. This happens because the coin was struck with a die that was actually meant for the 1989 penny. So even though the date says 1988, the reverse side carries the design intended for the following year. This tiny design mix-up created a genuine collector's item. Now let's go over some of the most important technical details you'll want to know when checking your coins. Date: 1988 mint mark. None. Remember, this is normal for Philadelphia pennies. Weight: approximately 2.5 grams. Material: copper-plated. Zinc: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. Error type: reverse of 1989. Design used in 1988. Location of error: look at the FG initials on the reverse side. If you find a 1988 penny with these characteristics, you might just be holding a rare error coin in your hand. So why is this coin so valuable? In the world of coin collecting, errors and misprints often become highly desirable. The 1988 reverse of 1989 penny is a perfect example. Because it was struck with the wrong die and only a limited number were made, it has become incredibly rare. Collectors are always on the hunt for unusual coins, especially ones with such a specific error. The more well-preserved the coin is, the more valuable it becomes. Now let's talk numbers. If you have a 1988 no-mint mark penny with the reverse of 1989 in worn or circulated condition, it might fetch $10 to $50 from the right buyer. If it's in uncirculated or near-mint condition, you could be looking at $200 to $500 or more. But here's the exciting part: certified versions, graded and authenticated by professional coin services like PCGS or NGC, have sold for over $3,000 at public auctions.in. Fact: one high-grade example sold for $3,240 because of its excellent condition and the confirmed reverse design error. So yes, a simple penny that you might have tossed into a jar could be worth more than 1,000 times its face value. The best part? You don't need to be a professional collector or have fancy equipment to get started. All it takes is a magnifying glass, a little patience, and a careful look through your spare change. Check every 1988 penny you come across. Look closely at those tiny initials on the back. And if you think you've found something special, consider having it graded by a professional coin grading service. You might just get lucky and turn that 1 cent into a small fortune. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this journey into coin history both informative and inspiring. Rare coins like the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny prove that treasure can be hiding in plain sight, even in your pocket or coin jar. Before you go, don't forget to check your change. You never know what you might discover. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel for more stories about rare pennies, valuable coins, and coin collecting tips. Tap the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next penny be a priceless one. Have you ever found a penny in your change and wondered if it might be worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that a single penny from 1993 with a tiny letter D on it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? That's right, one small coin that many people overlook every day might just be your lucky ticket. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1993 D Lincoln penny. We'll explore its history, what makes it valuable, how to identify it, and what real collectors are paying for it right now. If you enjoy rare coins, coin collecting, or just love finding hidden treasures in your everyday change, this video is for you. Let's start with a little history. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and not just any person, but one of the most respected presidents in American history. The 1993 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is what the D Mint mark stands for. That year, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents, but not all of them were created equal. Most were common, but a few had errors or unique features that make them stand out today. It was part of the modern Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. The obverse shows Lincoln's profile, while the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, features the Lincoln Memorial. Although these coins are mostly copper-plated zinc, the real value lies in the details, and that's what we're going to look at next. Now, how can you tell if you have a real and potentially valuable 1993 D penny? Here's what to look for. First, the date should clearly read 1993 on the front side, along with a small D below the year. That D means it was made in Denver. The coin should weigh about 2.5 grams. Use a digital scale for accuracy. The color should be a bright reddish tint if uncirculated, or a darker brown tone if circulated. Check the edges. They should be smooth and round with no dents or damage that affect the overall appearance. Most importantly, check for any mint errors. These are mistakes that happened at the mint during production, and they can make the coin incredibly valuable. Common errors to look for on the 1993 D penny include double die errors, where the design appears to be doubled, especially on the date or lettering. Off-center strikes, where the design is not properly centered on the coin. Die cracks, where you may see raised lines or bumps on the surface. Even a small error can increase the coin's value many times over. So why is this particular penny special? While the standard 1993 D penny is very common, with over 6 billion produced, it becomes valuable when it has rare mint errors, remains in uncirculated condition, or is certified by a professional coin grading service. Coins that are perfectly preserved and graded MS65 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC are rare because most pennies get scratched and worn in circulation. A 1993 D penny in top-grade condition, especially with an error, can be worth serious money to collectors. Some of these coins were never circulated and sat in bank rolls or coin sets for decades. If you find one like this, you might be holding a mini fortune in your hand. Let's talk numbers. How much can a 1993 D penny actually sell for today? Here are the current market values, depending on condition. Worn and heavily circulated, worth 1 cent. Not valuable unless it has an error. Lightly circulated, up to 10 cents if it's in decent shape. Uncirculated examples, between 50 cents and $2. Certified MS 65 and higher. These can sell for $25 to $100 depending on demand. Error coins, this is where things get interesting. A 1993 D Lincoln penny with a clear double die error or off-center strike has sold at auction for over $300. Some rare varieties have even reached $500 or more, especially if they're graded by PCGS or NGC.in. One real-world example, a collector paid $375 for a 1993 D penny with a dramatic off-center strike and near-perfect luster. That's a massive return on a 1 cent coin. So what does all this mean for you? It means that checking your spare change could lead to a surprising discovery. That little penny in your pocket or that old jar of coins in the attic could contain a rare gem, a 1993 D Lincoln penny with a secret value. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, always look closely at your coins. Pay attention to mint marks, errors, and condition. You don't need a huge investment to get into coin collecting. Sometimes all it takes is a lucky find. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare pennies, valuable coins, and how to start coin collecting from home, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a new video, and before you go, grab your coin jar or that old penny tray in the kitchen and start looking for that 1993 D Lincoln penny. Who knows? You might be holding a coin worth hundreds of dollars. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video about hidden treasures in your pocket change. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered if it could be worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that a simple, everyday Lincoln penny from 1994 without a mint mark could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That's right. A coin you may already have sitting in your change jar could turn out to be a hidden treasure. Today, we're going to talk about the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny. We'll explore its fascinating history, show you how to spot a valuable one, explain what makes it special, and share real examples of what these coins have sold for. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and let's dive into the world of rare and valuable pennies. The Lincoln cent has a long and proud history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure instead of Lady Liberty. The 1994 Lincoln penny is part of what collectors call the Memorial Reverse series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. On the front, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's profile, and on the back, the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Now here's something interesting. By 1994, pennies were no longer made of solid copper. Instead, they were made from a core of zinc with a thin layer of copper on the outside. But even though these pennies were mass-produced by the billions, some rare errors and unique versions have made certain 1994 pennies extremely valuable to collectors. First things first, how do you know if you have the right coin? Take a look at the front of your penny. Just under the year 1994, there may be a small letter, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But if your penny has no letter at all, that means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on pennies. A genuine 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny will have the year 1994 on the obverse or front of the coin, Abraham Lincoln's portrait facing to the right, no mint mark under the year, meaning it was struck in Philadelphia, the reverse side showing the Lincoln Memorial to be sure it's genuine. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to examine it carefully. If the details are crisp and clean, it could be worth more than face value. Now let's talk about the technical details which are important for identifying valuable versions. Weight. A standard 1994 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams material. It is made primarily of zinc with a copper plating, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper diameter, 19 mm edge, plain. No reading. Some of the rarest and most valuable 1994 Lincoln pennies are error coins. Here are a few error types to watch for. Double die errors. This is when the design is stamped twice by accident, causing doubling in the letters or date off-center strikes where the design is not properly aligned on the coin-clipped planchets. Part of the coin is missing because the blank metal wasn't cut correctly. Transitional errors, though less common for 1994, these happen when a coin is struck on a blank intended for a different year or material. If your penny has any of these features, it could be a real gem. You might be thinking, if there were billions of these made, why would any of them be valuable? Well, most 1994 pennies are only worth a cent, maybe a few cents if they're in better shape. But coins in uncirculated condition, especially those with errors, are much harder to find. Collectors are always looking for well-preserved coins or rare mistakes that slipped past quality control. What makes these coins especially valuable is the combination of high quality, rarity, and collector demand. A regular coin in pocket change won't make you rich, but if it's pristine or has a unique error, that's when the value skyrockets. Let's break down how much a 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can be worth in various conditions. Worn or circulated condition: 1 to 5 cents, lightly circulated with some shine; 10 to 50 cents uncirculated, mint state; $1 to $5 certified, high grade, MS. 65 or above, $10 to $30 rare error coins or unique specimens, $100 or more. One example from an online auction shows a 1994 no-mint mark penny with a strong double die error selling for over $300. Another uncirculated coin graded MS-67 by a professional service sold for $115. These aren't just estimates, they're real sales from real collectors. So, could you really get rich from finding a 1994 penny? Maybe not rich overnight, but if you're lucky enough to find the right one, you could certainly walk away with a nice surprise. And remember, these valuable coins often turn up where you least expect them, in a coffee can full of change, a piggy bank, or even under the couch cushions. All it takes is a few minutes and a careful eye to check your spare change. Who knows? That 1-cent penny might just turn into a $100 bill. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare pennies, coin collecting tips, and valuable coins you might already own, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell so you never miss a chance to discover hidden treasures in your pocket. And before you go, take a moment today to check your change. That 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny could be the lucky coin you've been waiting for. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Have you ever wondered if there might be something valuable hiding right in your pocket? Something small, copper-colored, and often overlooked? What if I told you that an ordinary-looking penny minted in 1996 with a tiny letter D under the year could be worth far more than just 1 cent? That's right. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1996 D Lincoln penny and how this humble coin might just bring you a little luck or even a small fortune. If you're someone who remembers when pennies actually bought something, or you just enjoy a good story about history and hidden treasures, this video is for you. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the fascinating world of rare pennies and coin collecting. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Fast forward to 1996, a year that may not stand out to most, but for collectors, it marked another chapter in the long legacy of the Lincoln cent. The 1996 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D mint mark under the date. While millions were produced, not all of them are created equal. Why is that? Because some of these coins have unique features, errors, or conditions that make them rare and desirable among collectors. Now, let's talk about how you can identify a genuine 1996 D penny and what to look for. First, check the front of the coin, also known as the obverse. You should see Abraham Lincoln's profile facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," along the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1996 to the right. Right beneath the date, you should see a small D. This indicates that the coin was minted in Denver. If the coin has no mint mark, it was struck in Philadelphia. For our purposes, we're focused on that D mint mark. Flip the coin over the reverse and you should see the Lincoln Memorial with the words United States of America and 1 cent boldly displayed. To verify authenticity, examine the coin's edges. A real Lincoln cent has a smooth edge. The coin should weigh around 2.5 grams and is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper coating, a composition used since 1982. Year, 1996 mint mark. D for Denver, designer, Victor D. Brenner. Weight, approximately 2.5 grams. Composition, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. Diameter, 19 millimeters. Edge, smooth obverse, Lincoln's bust reverse. Lincoln Memorial. Now here's where things get exciting. Some 1996 D pennies contain errors that make them highly sought after by collectors. A few examples include double die obverse DDO. This error occurs when the design is doubled during the minting process. Check Lincoln's eyes, mouth, or the date for any doubling. Off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the press. The result is a coin with part of the design missing. Die cracks or cuds. Small cracks in the die can lead to raised lines or blobs on the coin surface. These are rare and collectible. Weak or missing mint mark. In some cases, the mint mark may be faint or missing due to wear or striking errors. If you find any of these features on your 1996 D penny, don't toss it aside. You might be looking at something quite special. Let's talk money. While a regular 1996 D penny in worn or circulated condition is generally worth just its face value, 1 cent, things change when the coin is in excellent shape or contains an error, worn or heavily circulated. Worth 1 cent lightly circulated, worth about 2 to 10 cents uncirculated, mint state between 25 cents and $2 certified mint state MS 65 or higher between $5 and $20 with errors, DDO. Off-center, etc. can range from $50 to several $100s depending on the type and severity of the error. Let's take a look at real sales to understand the value of these coins. A 1996 D penny with an off-center error sold at auction for over $100. Another coin, graded MS 67 by a professional grading service, sold for nearly $200 due to its exceptional condition. A double die example, while rare, brought in over $250 from a collector looking to complete their Lincoln cent error set. These examples prove that the 1996 D penny can be more than just a piece of change. It can be a gateway into the exciting world of coin collecting and possibly a nice financial surprise. So what does this all mean for you? It means that every time you check your pocket change, go through your coin jar, or sort through an old collection, you might be holding something worth much more than a penny. Finding a rare 1996 D Lincoln penny, especially one with an error or in pristine condition, could bring a bit of luck your way. And while you might not become a millionaire overnight, even a $100 find is a great reward for paying attention to the small things. So don't overlook your pennies. Start checking your change today. You never know when a rare coin might slip through the cracks and end up right in your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare pennies, valuable coins, and the fascinating stories behind them, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to discover a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting. Search terms related to this video: rare pennies, 1996 D penny value. Valuable coins to look for, coin collecting for beginners, how to find rare coins, double die penny, Lincoln penny error coins, 1 cent worth money. Have you ever wondered if that penny sitting in your change jar could be worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that a simple 2000 Lincoln penny with no mint mark might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That's right. Today, we're going to explore one of the most talked about coins in modern coin collecting, the 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's take a slow and careful journey into the fascinating world of this potentially rare and valuable coin. To understand why the 2000 Lincoln penny is so interesting, we need to take a quick trip back in time. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it quickly became one of the most iconic coins in American history. By the year 2000, the design had remained relatively unchanged for decades. It still featured the classic portrait of President Lincoln on the front or obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But something happened that year, something small but significant. Some 2000 Lincoln pennies appeared with no mint mark. That tiny omission has stirred up curiosity and excitement among collectors ever since. Now, let's talk about how to spot this coin. The first thing you need to do is flip it over and look at the obverse, the side with Lincoln's portrait. Just under the year 2000, you will usually see a small letter indicating where the coin was minted. If the coin has a D, it was minted in Denver. If it has an S, it came from San Francisco and was likely a proof coin. But if there is no letter at all, no mint mark, then your coin may have come from the Philadelphia Mint. Now here's the twist: Lincoln cents from Philadelphia usually do not have a mint mark. That's normal. So a 2000 penny without a mint mark is not automatically rare. However, certain errors and variations from that year can make a no mint mark penny special. This is where the details really matter. Let's go over some important specifications to help you verify what you have. Weight. A genuine 2000 Lincoln penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it's significantly heavier or lighter, that could indicate an error or a counterfeit. Material. Pennies from the year 2000 are made of a copper-plated zinc composition. That's 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Mint marks. Again, no mint mark typically means Philadelphia. But be on the lookout for unusual markings, doubling of letters, or any anomalies. Errors to look for: coins with die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned prints can be worth much more than face value. For example, a double die obverse where the date or letters appear slightly doubled is a prized find. While most 2000 no mint mark pennies are common, certain errors or condition grades make them rare. For example, a penny with a visible double die or struck on the wrong planchet, such as a dime blank, is considered an error coin and can command a high price. Condition also plays a huge role in a coin's value. Collectors are always looking for coins in the best possible shape. This is where we get into grading and certification. Let's break down how much a 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth based on its condition. Worn or heavily circulated. Typically, these will still only be worth 1 cent. Or maybe a few cents if there's a small error. Circulated with minor errors, these can range from 50 cents to a few dollars. Uncirculated or in mint state, if your penny looks shiny and new and has no wear on Lincoln's cheek or jawline, it might fetch anywhere from $5 to $15. Certified high-grade coins, if graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, a 2000 no mint mark penny in mint state 67 or higher can sell for $50, $100, or more depending on the buyer. Coins with major errors, these are the real treasures. Some error pennies from the year 2000 have sold for over $500 at auction. One example includes a penny struck on a foreign coin planchet that sold for nearly $1,000. Let me share a few real-world examples. A 2000 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, graded MS-68 by PCGS. Sold at auction $4.170. Another example, an off-center error with no mint mark, sold $4.430. A penny struck on a steel planchet, extremely rare, sold for over $1,200. These sales are real. And they prove that even the most ordinary-looking coin can hold extraordinary value under the right conditions. So, what does this all mean for you? It means that hidden among your spare change, tucked in a drawer or an old jar, could be a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You don't have to be a coin expert to find it. All it takes is a little knowledge, a careful eye, and the patience to look. Start by checking your pennies. Look for the year 2000. Flip the coin and look under the date. No mint mark? Good. Now examine it for any strange features, doubling, off-centering, or anything out of the ordinary. If it looks unusual, consider having it appraised or graded. Don't miss your chance to uncover hidden treasure. Go check your change today. Look through that old coin jar, those drawers, or your wallet. You never know, the next coin you find could be worth a small fortune. And if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare pennies, valuable coins, and the secrets of coin collecting, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode, and share this video with friends and family, especially those who still carry cash. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Hello and welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. Today, we're going to talk about a coin you might have in your pocket right now, and it could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Yes, we're talking about the 2017 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, also known as the 2017 D Lincoln cent. This seemingly ordinary penny has caught the attention of coin collectors, hobbyists, and even investors all over the country. Some have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. So stay with me, especially if you're someone who still checks their change or enjoys a little treasure hunting. You could be holding on to a rare and valuable coin without even knowing it. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, first issued to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Since then, it's become one of the most iconic and widely recognized coins in the United States. Fast forward to 2017. This was a special year in American numismatics. To mark the 225th anniversary of the United States Mint, the Mint included a small but significant change on its coins: the addition of the initials P on Philadelphia minted coins. While that's a story for another time, our focus today is on the Denver minted version, which carries the D Mint mark. Although billions of pennies were minted in 2017, only a tiny fraction have attracted attention due to unique characteristics, errors, or exceptionally high grades. And that's where the value begins to rise. Now, how do you know if you have a genuine 2017 D. Lincoln cent? First, flip over your penny and take a look just below the date on the obverse side, the side with Abraham Lincoln's profile. You should see a small letter D, which stands for the Denver Mint. That mint mark is key. Next, inspect the coin closely. A genuine 2017 D penny will feature the familiar image of Lincoln on the front and the Union Shield design on the back. The design is sharp and clean, with fine details visible in Lincoln's hair and the stripes of the shield. Let's go over the technical details that collectors care about. Weight. A genuine 2017 D penny weighs about 2.5 grams composition. It's made of 97.5% zinc with a 2.5% copper coating diameter. 19.05 millimeters edge. Smooth. Not readed now. Here's where it gets interesting. Errors. Error coins are where real value can skyrocket. Look for things like double die obverse, where the lettering or Lincoln's profile appears doubled off center strikes, where the design is not properly aligned, die cracks or die chips. Imperfections from the minting process, misaligned dies, where one side is shifted compared to the other. Collectors absolutely love error coins, especially those in excellent condition. SOY is the 2017 D penny sometimes considered rare or valuable. While it's true that over 4 billion were produced at the Denver Mint, only a select few exhibit the kinds of errors or pristine conditions that drive up demand. Some coins have been discovered with a dramatic doubling in the words, "In God We Trust," or the date itself. Others have odd die breaks, giving Lincoln what some collectors call a spiked head or extra ear. Also, high-grade coins that have been certified by grading agencies like PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher, that's Mint State 67 or better, can command impressive prices. Let's talk money. What is this penny worth in today's market? Worn condition or heavily circulated? Still worth just about 1 cent circulated but decent shape. Maybe 10 to 50 cents uncirculated condition. You could see prices of $1 to $5 high-grade certified examples. MS67 or higher, these can sell for $50 to $150 error coins. Depending on the type of error and its severity, these can fetch anywhere from $100 to over $1,000. Let me give you a few real examples. In 2022, a 2017 D penny with a double die error and certified as MS67 red by PCGS sold at auction $4.360. Another 2017 D Lincoln cent with a striking off-center error fetched $7.20. And a nearly flawless 2017 D with deep red luster and high eye appeal sold for $115, simply due to its pristine condition. These are real sales, not estimates, and they prove just how valuable these tiny coins can be under the right conditions. So, here's the bottom line. That little 2017 D penny sitting in your change jar, coin purse, or junk drawer could be worth much more than face value. Whether it's a mint error, an uncirculated beauty, or a rare high-grade specimen, you never know what treasure you might be holding. For older adults, retirees, or anyone who enjoys a quiet hobby with the potential for big rewards, coin collecting is a relaxing and rewarding way to spend time. And sometimes just checking your change can turn into a small fortune. So go ahead, dig through your coins, check your change, and see if you have a 2017 D Lincoln penny that could be worth something special. And if you find one, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos on rare pennies, coin collecting tips, and valuable coins you might already own. Turn on notifications so you never miss a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!